Salakis, can you hear me now?
Testing, testing. Can you hear me now?
Kano and Khan, sir. I can hear you loud and clear.
And we can hear you loud and clear as well. Charlotte, Yabashim al Shabarakata. Can you hear us in Charlotte?
Khan, Khan, can y'all hear us? Shalom. How about Shemi al Shabarakathum?
Karnak, we can hear you.
Khan, sir, this South Carolina. Can you hear us?
Yeah, we can hear you now. We good. We good to go.
Going on mute.
Okay. South Carolina, who's the highest ranking man down there?
You can hear me?
Khan.
All right.
That'd be Mark Dawkins, sir. He's the highest ranked.
Okay. So what you're 5,000?
No, not 1,000.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, so I'll take it from here. You got the cam. Okay, let me bring Ya Zahab. Yabashim al Shabarakata.
Yabashim al Shabarakata. Can you hear me?
Khan, sir, we can hear you.
Musa and Christ.
Okay.
Yabashim al Shabarakatam.
Yabashim al Shabarakatam to everybody, okay? So, okay, so we just gonna start until a higher ranking officer come into the building, either of the buildings. Okay, hold on a second. Okay, we getting this camera together over here. Bear with us just a second. Let me know. Okay, I'm gonna come back on the stage, okay? No, because hold on a second. Why is the camera? Okay, we good. All right. Hey, we can't really see it. Let me see. Like, cause that's why I like to put it on the screen up there so we can all see. You see that? I already did. Mm-hmm. Hey, Shalom. Make
sure y'all are muted if you're not like.
Okay, we on there. Hey, Shalom, everybody. Yahweh Shemal Shai Barakathum to all the brothers. Yahweh Shemal Alathun Bahashem Yahweh Shai to all the sisters. Where the ISUPK started out of 1 West, 120.
Sulakia, your mic is not on.
Salakia. Okay, so once again, we're the ISUPK. Started out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander General Yohana. And since 1969, the ISUPK under Commander General Yohana has been teaching the truth of the Bible. And that truth includes the fact that so-called blacks, so-called Hispanics, and so-called First Nation or Native Indian people are the true descendants of the Jews, are in fact the true Jews, the children of Israel, God's chosen people, the future rulers of the planet Earth in the Bible. And ISUPK under Commander General Yohana, we're not affiliated with any other Hebrew Israelite group, sect, or religion. The ISUPK stands alone on its own merit. We're not affiliated with any other Hebrew Israelite group. As I said, we're the home of the truth. You understand? And thank God that we're not affiliated with any of these other groups. Okay, the screen went off. We have some technical difficulties here. Okay, so once again, I'm Officer of 1,000 Youngers out here in Durham, North Carolina. I'll be holding the class down until a superior officer.
Salaki, your mic went out again.
Hey, we still can't hear you, brother.
Hey, Salaki, let me try this mic. That battery might be dead.
If you need me to
Chocolate.
if you need me to take over the class or whatnot, I don't mind doing that. It's up to you.
Testing 1 2. Can you hear me now? Salaki, can y'all hear me?
Khan, sir.
Yeah, I don't know what this issue is with this thing here. Okay. And what was you saying in South Carolina? What was you saying, brother?
I'm just saying, if you need me to take over the class until somebody else come through, but it seems like you got everything situated, though.
I believe we got everything situated now. If we have any more difficulty, brother, I'm just going to let you have it, okay? If we have any more difficulties, okay? So once again, I'm Officer of 1,000 Yanazar here in Durham, North Carolina. I'll be holding down the class until a superior officer comes into the building or either of the buildings that we're broadcasting to, okay, or from, okay? And once again, this is the Monday night scripture breakdown brotherhood class, where we really deal with any type of issues at hand, you understand? And we break down scriptures for anybody that needs a scripture breakdown. And we deal with anything pertaining to brotherhood, of course, you understand? Because that's mandatory in anything that we do. So let's start it off with this. We're going to start it off with dealing with some current events, you understand, that's going on in the world today. As you may well know, Donald Trump took control of Washington, D.C.'s police department, thereby really taking control of the whole city. He's bringing in the National Guard, and he's also threatening to bring in federal troops as well. You understand? Because the way I see it, it's just the time when they want to blame blacks and Hispanics and make us the focus on all type of wrongdoings and wickedness in this place. So it's a distraction, what they do all the time as far as trying to make us the image of what's wrong, blame everything on us to distract from the wickedness that they're doing themselves. So that's one of the things that I saw in the news today. If anybody else has anything that they want to bring out, now's a good time. If you've seen anything that you think might be interesting, you understand? Just let's come on with it. You understand what I'm saying? Because the time is getting late. It's getting late in this world. This kingdom is falling apart. They have a utter madman as the president of the United States. He has no morals. He has no integrity whatsoever. And he's in charge. He's in charge of everything. So with that being said, give me, who wants to be a reader for me today for the time being? Do we got any troopers out there? Akash Kar, would you like to read?
Khan, sir, I got you.
Okay, give me Proverbs 29. I think it's 29 and 12. 29 and 12. Where's my sword? Because I think this is an excellent precept for our president, for the president, Donald Trump.
Khan, sir.
Okay, read that for me.
Khan, this is the book of Proverbs, chapter 29 and verse 12. If a ruler hearken to lies, all his servants are wicked.
If a ruler hearkens unto lies, all his servants are wicked. And so, as we know, Donald Trump, he lives off of lies. He lives for lies. I think that 90% of the things that come out of his mouth are lies. And that everybody that follows after him or supports him is just as wicked as he is, according to this precept. If you support a wicked man, then you yourself are wicked too. And that's what the people of the United States and the world don't understand. But we in ISUPK, we do understand. If anybody has any questions or any topics that they want to bring out, you're welcome to do so. Okay? Another thing that I want to bring out is that every time there's a situation in America where people are having issues with the politics that's going on from the leadership of the United States, they always come out and find a way to use our people, Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, you understand, as a distraction. You understand? Whenever there was an issue, when the issue between Elon Musk and Donald Trump was hot on the press, they went in, they sent the what is it? They sent the what's the ICE, ICE. They sent ICE into LA, and they sent the National Guard into LA. You understand, to distract from what was going on between Donald Trump and Elon Musk. And of course, they made a deal behind the scenes, and they, to keep Elon Musk quiet, this is just my opinion, you know, they gave him all of those contracts, billions of dollars worth of contract, and we haven't heard a word from him ever since. So now we got the Epstein situation boiling over, you understand? And so now, for a distraction, he wants to bring up crime in the inner cities, and particularly Washington, D.C., you understand, which is a Democratic stronghold, right? So now that's a distraction that when he goes on television, he can talk about that instead of people dealing with the whole Epstein situation, where we in ISUPK, we don't need no explanation. We already know what it is. You understand? So anybody got any comments, any scriptures, any questions that they want to bring out? Okay. Proverbs 20. I can't even read this. Okay, y'all, give me a second. Hey, South Carolina. Salaki, South Carolina.
Con, sir.
You can take the class, brother.
All right. Speaking off the 1,000 mark, I get holding it down. This is scripture breakdown class. Does anybody have any questions, pertaining to what's been going on the whole earth? If somebody don't mind giving me, you understand, because we got to realize, man, that we are in the midst of World War III. And the time is ticking, man. You understand me? The time is now for Black, Latinos, and Native Indians to truly come together, man. You understand me? Can somebody give me Zephaniah 2:1? You understand me? This is a UPK 101. You understand? No. I
Can
think,
y'all hear us now?
I think that's Zion.
Okay.
So, like, sir, did you want the class, sir?
Come on, Bob. Can y'all hear
Okay.
me?
Yeah, I'm gonna pass the class
Come.
over to Precinct Officer 5000.
Check. Check me out just a little bit, Bunky, y'all. Bob Kushaw, if you don't mind. Water, brother. We'll sound great. All right, clap it up. Most High in Christ. Shalom, Yahweh, Shem Yahweh, Brother Thumb, to the Akim, the brothers. Shalom, Yahweh, Shemal, Thun, Shem Yahweh, to the sisters. I'm Precinct Officer of 5000 Zion Yala, coming to you out of Fayetteville, North Carolina. Tonight is the history class or the scripture breakdown class with Captain of 13,000, Captain Naya Thotman Yumyan. I'll be holding down the class until he comes in. Like true ISUPK fashion, if you have any questions, put them in the chat, in the comment box. Lord willing, I'll be able to get to them. If not, or answer them. If I cannot, we will hold those questions, and they may be rolled into class. So with that being started, who all we got online? Who we locked in with today? I see South Carolina in the building. Give South Carolina a hand. I see Charlotte in the building. Give Charlotte a hand. Akaska, what's going on, Akaska? What's happening with you?
Everything is the Wob, sir.
Hey, who else is down there? Who is that right here? ISUPK Durham. Give Durham a hand. I hear we had some fantastic food drives over the weekend. I hear everything was phenomenal. So with that being said, did anybody have any stories they would like to share concerning the food drives? Anything that happened? Anybody want to share any interactions that anybody would like to share concerning the food drives?
Sir, I got something I'd like to share.
Come on with it, Yonazar, please.
You know, the importance of the food drives and those type of activities was very apparent yesterday because, like, once the people from the community started coming in, you understand, we get to see the condition of the people. You understand, we get to see the family relationships within the people. You understand, and we see the destruction of our people as well. I was talking to one sister, like she had like 6 children, like 2 of her children like grown men. And so I was talking to her and I was showing her scriptures and stuff, but she was talking to her children like if they were her friends. You know what I'm saying? And so I said to her, I said, sis, I asked her, could I speak to her personally? And I said, listen, I told her, sister, I said, listen, you know, don't ever let those children forget that you're their mother. You're not their friend. They was talking to her like she was like a homegirl or something. You know what I'm saying? So these are the things that we were able to see. Now, the whole event overall, I don't want to be too long-winded. Overall, it was an excellent event because the people came out, they ate, they had good music, we had good interaction. The children came inside and played games. You understand? Everybody, you know, I was asking people, did they enjoy themselves? And the people were enjoying themselves. You understand? So I just thought overall it was an excellent event.
Most High in Christ. Yeah. You know, when we talk about the food and clothing drives and how things go, like it give us a real opportunity to connect with the community and the neighborhoods. You understand? And with that, like it's like it's like a first eyes view of where we should be putting our resources into as a nation of people. Meaning, like you see something like that, you see a young lady with 6 children. With probably, I'm not sure if the fathers are in the children's life, but it's without understanding of the scriptures like we have, right? The value that the Most High has had allowed us to have in this school, like a sister may not understand the separation between parent and child. You understand? It's like for them, you know, whatever that she's struggling with, if she doesn't have anybody to connect with, she's going to connect with who? Those children. She's going to talk to those children as friends because without knowing the truth, she maybe never have ever experienced sisterhood. She's alone. That's why she was there at the food and clothing drive to be with us, man.
That's right. That's
and
right.
It's such a glorious thing that the Lord allow us to do this thing for the community, man. South Carolina, Charlotte. Well, and y'all, did y'all have any experiences like that while you was up there at the food and clothing drive?
Hey, Shalom. How about Shemel Shabrakatah Khan one Khan, sir?
Go ahead. What you got, Shabayala?
Yeah, we had the brothers from South Carolina come join us here in Charlotte, man. It was glorious. Oh,
Man,
we had a sister, you
What's
know.
up? Right.
It was a sister came and got some school clothes for her children. And she was very impressed. Like, I think the sister was from Mexico or something like that. Officer Lahab had got to speak with her, and she got a whole lot of school clothes for her children, man. So we got it in down here, sir. Most High in Christ.
Damn right. It's Most High in Christ. So that's what's up. So I want to get into something real quick before Cap get in here. Something I see, but I want to make all of us aware of it, being that we are in the truth in the amount of responsibility that we all share. I want to go into guarding your reputation, your digital reputation. Guarding your digital reputation. Anybody understand what I'm saying? Guarding your digital reputation. What does that mean if I were to say that out loud? Every brother or sister in this school is responsible for guarding their digital reputation. What does that mean? Come on, Kawal. Is it on, Bucky?
Salaki, if I may, are you speaking about the way they're perceived and their outlook on them as far as social media, their music, their pictures, anything that's digital, that's like online, even things they put out as far as like what they represent, who they are, to be responsible for it and always represent, you know what I'm saying, the integrity of the school itself. Don't just act like a person in the world.
Why is that important though? Because it's your social media account.
Well,
it's whatever you want to put out, right?
Right. However, in theory, but because you're a brand new person, you represent the school. What you do affects us all. You know what I'm saying? So you can't, be on there talking about your blood or your crip, not in the ISUPK. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's for brothers and sisters in the world to learn from us. So it does matter what you do because you're not your own. You don't represent. You're not a separate entity while you're in here. You represent the Commander Yohana in the school.
We have to get to the point where we understanding that being in the school, you are bigger than whatever thing that you choose to represent. Being in the school means you are changed and you become a walking billboard for that change. Everybody understand? Like everything that you say out of your mouth, you are a walking representation for change being in ISUPK. Everything that you post on your social media, yeah, it may be funny. You know what I'm saying? You may get some likes or some views, but what is the overall goal when we're posting things on our social media? To get people to see that the life that we are choosing to live is better than the life they've chosen in the world. That's the goal, right? If you seeing somebody that represent change and that's supposed to be changing their lives, you got to represent that. You have to represent. We have to become a walking billboard for what we want. So what they always say in them motivational classes, you have to become the change that you want. And then what they say? You have to become the change that you want. Even what you talk about, like I talk about my brother Kawal. Kawal always say, man, y'all give it up for Officer Kawal, man. The freshest t-shirts in the nation of Israel, man. Hit him up. Yeah, his brother, yeah. So even how our outward appearance, you talking about why these classes, how to expand the brothers and sisters that are coming to the classes. Well, brothers got to be going out and putting on their UPK wear. You can't be. We can no longer be the ashamed, confounded nation that the oppressors want us to be. You understand? I want to pull this scripture real quick that talk about how we should be guarding our reputation and what we're doing. Let me get the book of Proverbs, chapter 9, verse 10. And also, we think about guarding our reputation. We got to walk with that in that I word. What is the I word that I'm talking about?
It's like it's integrity.
Give him a hand. Most High in Christ. Yes. Water on Yanazar. It's easy to walk that line when you got Officer Bunky all beside you. He's 6'7", 110 pounds. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you're afraid of Bunker, y'all. But what do you do when you don't see Officer Bunker, y'all? When you hear Captain Nine Thought voice, you say, "Oh, that's Captain Nine Thought." Let me straighten up. Let me get my sugar honey iced tea together. But what do you do when Captain Nine Thought is not around? What are you saying when Captain Nine Thought is not around? Or are you just a weekend Israelite?
Salakia, sir.
Come on with it, brother.
You know, each individual has to have his own integrity.
Yes. Integrity. And integrity is what you do in the absence of others. You understand? It's what you do when nobody else is around. You learn the law, statutes, and the commandments. You keep the law, statutes, and commandments if it's only just you. You understand? Because you never know who is watching. Akaska is all the way down in the Bahamas. But he never know. If he walking around in an ISUBK shirt, somebody's watching Commander Junior Hunter. They just ain't had an opportunity to bump into each other. But when they see Akaska walking, they're like, everybody in the world, they're going to say, man, I thought you was in the biker gang. But somebody who been searching for this truth, somebody that is hungry, you understand? They're going to be looking for a brother like Akaska. They say, man, I seen them online, man. They're going to say, you know Captain Cesaria? Like, yeah, I know Captain Cesaria. I was with him at the Passover. You went to the Passover? Yes, I was there. I can tell you about it. The ships came down. Huh?
God,
And your brothers walked off the ship with garments. Niggas gonna be like, wow. That's how it is, Doctor. So if we on social media, you can't mix it two. You on social media posting classes, and then at the bottom of your classes you got ass and titties. I come online and me and you together, and I happen to oh no, hey brother, let me use your phone. And the first thing I see is some breasts. I'm like, brother, man, there you go, brother. I'm gonna let you have your phone back. Now, in the spirit of brotherhood, I would pray that this brother continue to get stronger so he can fight those, you know what I'm saying, that thing, God. But trust and believe, if somebody else happened to borrow your phone that is looking at you as somebody that they want to emulate, somebody that they want to follow, they may judge you based on your social media presence.
Okay.
All right. Who got that verse for me?
I got it for you, sir.
Come on.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 9 and verse 10. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom.
Proverbs 10 and 9.
Salakia, sir.
That's 10 and 9.
That was 9 and 10, sir.
Come on, 10 and 9, please.
Come on. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 10 and verse 9.
Go ahead.
He that walketh upright walketh surely, but he that perverteth his way shall be known.
What is this saying? What is being said here, Baba Kashaw?
Salakia, sir. I'll
Come
give
on.
it a try.
Come on.
So he that walketh upright. Okay, so that means like if you live in righteous, you know what you're doing and where you're going. You know what to do and what not to do. So
Well,
that's
okay. That's true, but give me a little bit more meat. It's a whole lot of meat on the bones, Ayanazar.
okay.
He that walketh upright, walketh surely. What is it saying? How do you walk upright? How do you walk upright? Let's start there first.
So Salakia, he walks with faith.
That's true. What is faith?
Faith is I don't know how to say it, sir, but belief in things unseen and things hoped for. I don't know how to say it all, sir, but
Somebody help
Yes.
your brother out.
somebody pull it.
Salakia, sir, if I may.
Come on.
Walking in the commandments.
No, let's find out what faith is first. Let's dig what faith is.
God.
Evidence of what? Come on.
Faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen.
Right. So we walking in faith, right? So what's just walking in faith when we talk about walking uprightly? Anybody? Come on. Anybody? If we walk with all these brothers in this classroom, can't nobody tell me how to walk upright? Oh, we just what does it mean? You mean you stand up out the bed and you just walk to your goddamn kitchen? Is that what that means?
Salakia, sir.
Come on with it.
This South Carolina, basically like you got faith, the same faith that you have in the laws, statutes, and commandments. It's the same faith that you should have when you walking by yourself, when you're not around other brothers in the truth. Your faith is your belief in the word. Feel me?
See, listen, I like to break things all the way down. See, what you're saying is on point, but what does it mean to walk? Well, what are we? I mean, are we literally walking, or what are we doing? Like what y'all saying? What y'all are saying is right, but you may have a young brother on here who has never heard any of this. What we're talking about? He's only been in churches. Come on with it.
You mean you talking about when faith in your works?
Faith in works concerning what? Y'all want me to help y'all out?
Like us, like we just did a.
I like to make it simple so that way we can teach it to children. Okay.
So, like I said, if I may,
Come on with it. Who is that? Ayah?
Come on.
Come on, Ayah.
Yeah. So basically, walking in the law, statutes, and commandments, doing the things that are right according to the God of the Bible, the nigger God, and exemplifying that characteristic of what we've been taught in the scriptures to brothers and sisters in the world, and even brothers and sisters in the truth.
Come. That's it. When we're walking, we're talking about keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. We're talking about being obedient to God. That's how you walk uprightly. Is walking uprightly is not you doing what you want to do.
So, like, sir,
Come on with it.
I believe Cap is ready, sir.
Okay, with that, I want to turn the class over to Captain of 13,000, Captain Nayathat Banyami. Y'all clap it up. Shalom.
Hey,
Yeah.
shalom. Yeah, how about Shusha Kasam? How y'all doing? Shalom,
Yeah,
shalom. Y'all good?
Come on.
Come, sir.
Yeah, how hell treating you all? Good?
It's wet right now. Salakia.
You know what I mean? Brother, you know what I mean? It's you know what I mean, it's getting rough. You see what they're doing in DC. You know what I mean? Your president done locked DC down. You know what I mean? This goes to show you. It's you know what I mean, we're in the times now where things are going to it's not going to get better. You know what I mean? Blacks and Hispanics, you know what I mean, hoping for one day, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? And that's all we've been doing, hoping for one day everything just gonna, you know what I mean, change. You know what I mean? Now, anybody had any questions before I jump into it? I know.
Come on.
Come on.
It sound like you on real talk, like your microphone not on.
For real?
Yeah, like you talking into the.
Y'all hearing me? Hold on. Let me just double check something here. Hold on,
We can hear you. It's just like you're underwater a little bit.
Okay, hold on. Defaults. Let me see if I use the computer. Microphone. No? Testing. Y'all hear me better?
Way better.
Come on.
Khan, you good to go, sir?
That's it there.
Salaki, my lord.
Yeah, man. Mm-hmm.
I had a question. Can I get a breakdown of Psalms 34, 21 and 22, Baba Kasha?
Psalms 34.
Kana Wakan.
Let me get with you. Psalms 34 and what?
21 and 22.
All right.
And the top of the 21, I wanna understand what it means that when it says evil shall slay the wicked. So I got the scripture right now, sir.
Come on.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 34 and verse 21. Evil shall slay the wicked, and they that hate the righteous shall be desolate. Verse 22.
You hitting the nail on the head. You understand? You're hitting the nail on the head. You know what I mean? What's going on right now on this earth?
So like, sir?
I said, what's going on the earth right now?
Desolation, like bad times, turmoil, famine, disease, wars, natural disasters, a lot of stuff going on, sir.
Yes. You know what I mean? And it's saying what? Evil shall what?
Slay the wicked.
And what do people deem as evil?
So like I say, if I may, people deem evil as something that's happening that's bad towards them.
Okay. Yes, but okay. Give me a little more.
Okay, so for example, if somebody comes into your house and steals your stuff, and you don't catch them, the cops don't catch them, somebody would say that person who broke into their house and burglarized the place is evil.
Right. So is the action, right?
Yeah, one can.
Right. So now it's saying what? Read it one more time.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 34 and verse 21. Evil shall slay the wicked.
So now, who is the wicked on the earth?
The so-called oppressor and the other nations.
Yes. Now think, how is evil going to slay them? Meaning, it's just going to be a lot of what? Unaliving that's going to be taking place. You understand? Like the evil.
So like
the evil. Come on.
So like I said, so in this case, it's talking about the evil that the Lord created. Is this the evil?
Remember, the Lord created all evil, right? He created. Remember, the Lord say He created everything, right?
Okay.
Now, go ahead.
No. I'm just trying to get it like, okay, so like the evil in this is like the punishment that they're going to receive for their deeds.
Precept.
So like I said, I shall not meet thee as a man.
It's like it, sir.
Come on.
Isaiah 14 and 21.
That's it. Prepare slaughter, right?
Come.
Revelation.
Like Revelations 18 and 2 and 5.
Revelation 13 or 9 and 13, right?
Come.
Read that for me.
Come, sir. I got it.
Come on.
Okay, Christ.
You want 13 and 9, sir?
Yeah, I believe it's 13 and 9. Oh, 9 and 13.
Come. This is the book of Revelations, chapter 13, verse 9. If any man have an ear, let him hear. Verse 10, he that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity.
Yes. What's captivity? Evil?
Come, sir.
Yes. It was wicked to put people in captivity who didn't do anything. And that's one of the topics that I'm going to get into also too. You understand? Like, is what he did to us was, you know what I mean, evil beyond proportion. Because when he put us in captivity, what happened to us?
So like I said, we lost our heritage, our culture, our language, our way of life.
Yes. Give me Baruch 4 and 6.
Come out of one time.
It's like Calvin, sir. Would it be safe to say that, you know, all the evil that they created that they're gonna get damned by that same evil that they created?
Yeah, basically. That's it. You understand? You see that gun? That gun that the soul love. You know what I mean? What's it saying? You're gonna have a saying they're gonna take this from my cold dead body. You understand? Them gun rights people. You understand? Well, ain't no sweat. It's gonna happen. You're gonna be dead. And you will have no use for them guns. You understand? When the Lord returned, when Christ returned. But give me Baruch 4:6.
Khan, this is the book of Baruch, chapter 4 and verse 6. Ye were sold to the nations, not for your destruction, but because you, not for your destruction.
Not for your destruction. Meaning, you were going to go in captivity, be a servant, just be an employee. But he was not supposed to what? Steal your culture, steal your land, and then call you by some other byword. You understand? And then abuse, lynch. You know what I mean? We could just run down the atrocities he did to us.
Right.
Like what the Palestinians and them going through right now. It's bad. Black people went through 10 times worse than that. You understand? Like they say, we, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? We shouldn't, you know what I mean? They try to say, you know what I mean? You can't compare it. Yeah, we could compare it. You might want to compare it, but I could compare it. You went through 400 years of that. It was worse what they did to us, to the point now that we numb to what the oppressor is doing to us. Like we don't even see that we're still in captivity. That's how bad it is right now. We don't even see it. The so-called Palestinians, they're fighting for their freedom. They know what freedom feels like. You understand? They know what freedom is. You understand? And they're fighting for it. Well, brother, just think about this. You think we didn't try to fight for it? What Natana tried to do? You think Natana sat down and just say, well, you know what I mean? This could be his life? No, he fought. You understand? And so many brothers fought. But the oppressor, you know what I mean, took all of them down to the Haitian brothers. Why I think Haiti is in the way it is right now? Why I think Jamaica is the way it is right now? Because brothers didn't just accept what they were in. They try to fight, but they try to fight it without what? How to try to fight?
Salaki, sir.
Salaki, sir. Without the Lord.
Yes, without the knowledge, without this Bible. You understand? Without doing it right. Not to open the Bible and thought he had to go get his own freedom. You understand? What you learning today is Christ gonna come back and free you. So guess what you have to do, me and you have to do? We gotta start to clean ourselves up. We're gonna start to clean our people up. When I say clean our people up, meaning we're gonna have to start to make them follow what's in that Bible. Because the person that oppressed us turned that Bible into some storybook.
Right.
You know, the same Bible you're reading, you know, to teach it in the theologians' schools. You understand? The same book we're reading out of, they have it in the theologian schools. Same one. But somehow they come out of theologian school and now God loves everybody. You understand? Your pastor, yeah, Dr. So-and-so, Dr. Martin Luther King. Yeah, him. You understand? So read on, Baruch.
Khan, this is the book of Baruch, chapter 4 and verse 6. Ye were sold to the nations, not for your destruction, but because ye moved the Most High to wrath.
Because we moved the Lord to wrath. You understand? So the Lord say, you know what? I'm going to put you in slavery. And that's all the way back in Deuteronomy, where he said he was going to put us into captivity if we didn't obey him. And he did. But the problem is, this oppressor was not supposed to destroy us the way he destroyed us.
Right.
You understand? Right? Read on.
Khan, you were delivered unto the enemies.
You were what?
Delivered unto the enemies.
Today, you have black people thinking that racism expired. You know what I mean? Like you have milk or some cheese and they see the expiry date on it. They think racism was like that. It just got expired. You understand? When the Bible is telling you that you were what?
Ye were delivered unto the enemies.
You were delivered. You understand? You were delivered. Meaning your nation was already weak. We was already what? On the run. It was on the run. It was trying to survive. And them Africans and them other nations came together and rounded us up and did what? Put us in captivity. You understand? Come on.
Khan, verse 7. For ye provoked him that made you by sacrificing unto devils.
And that's it. Like what we don't understand is we're going to have to come out of Christianity. We're going to have to come out of Islam. We're going to stop being Christians. We're going to have to stop being Muslims. We're going to have to stop being Buddhists. You understand? We're going to have to stop serving other gods. We're going to have to stop doing it. Because it's angering the Lord. Clearly it angered the Lord to the point where he did what? The Lord did what? Put us in captivity. The Lord basically did what?
Delivered. Ye were delivered unto the enemies.
Yes. Now, the Lord delivering you unto the enemy. What? Okay. If you were to see the Lord, like, what you think he will be looking at? While he was going on them boats in chain, if you were to look up and see the Lord, what you think he would be looking up at?
So like I said,
come on.
I mean, he's magnificent, but then we would be ashamed of what we did. Salaki.
Yeah, but
Salaki, sir.
Black people talk about it, you know what I mean, plenty of time. We quote it. Come on.
We would see our father. We would see our father disciplinary.
We won't. Remember, we in chains going on them boats. We in chain.
Okay.
He deliver us into, like, we in captivity going on the boat in chains. What you think he'll be looking at if you were able to see the Lord? What do you think he'll be looking at?
Salaki, sir.
Come on.
His anger, his vexedness.
Yes. You ever hear black people say the Lord turned his back on you?
Count.
What does that mean? He turned his back on you.
It means he left you on your own.
Yes, meaning
fend for yourself.
Yes, meaning you in chains, right? And just picture the Lord doing this. When you're looking up, he not trying to help you. His back is to you because he's pissed off at what you did. But at the same time, he's our father. And he said what? He didn't put us in this captivity for what? For our destruction.
Right.
You understand? There's rules to this. And you could bet your bottom dollar. One man that don't go by the rules, the earth seeing it right now, the man that don't go by his own rules. The man that created the UN created rules so that there would not be a third world war. He's breaking every rule in the book to take it to the Third World War. You understand? This man don't care about rules. You understand? And the Lord, now go back to Revelation.
Come. It's the book of Revelations, chapter 13, verse 9. If any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword.
War is coming. And war slay wicked people. You understand? The valley of Jehoshaphat is for wicked people, and a ton of evil gonna be down there.
waiting for them. You understand? That
Come
the Lord
on.
is taking it, the Lord taking it there. You understand? Now you think we all could see that the war could end anytime. The war could end anytime. America could say, you know what? We're not sending any more bombs to Israel. We're not sending any more military assistance to Israel or Ukraine. War over. But that is not what's going on. That is not what's going on. Instead, it keeps on going, and every day you're hearing something more evil taking place. You understand? And I know they look at the Palestinians as being innocent people. No sweat. You can look at it like that. But they're on stolen land. You understand? They're on land that is stolen, and they're trying to say that they are what? What you think the Palestinians are trying to say right now? What are the Palestinians saying right now? Come on.
That they're being oppressed on their land.
Yes, but for that land to be theirs, what are they saying? What would they have to say?
Salaki, they're the chosen people of God.
That's it. That's the only, they know the rights to that land is the children of God, is the Israelites. They know it. Why think the so-called Israelis is talking about greater Israel? Because to them, to their narrative, they are what? The Israelites, they're the Jews. This land belongs to them. This doesn't belong to the Palestinians. So they are going to what? Fight and unalive each other. Well, come on.
Salaki, sir. If I may, sir. So on some of their military, they have a patch, and it says the greater Israel, but it has the whole boundary of Israel that's in the Bible on the patch. So they're not going to. They want the whole. They want all the land. They never going to rest until they get all that land.
Yes, and them Arabs are wrong, stupid to think that they are going to rest. They're dumb. And that's the thing with these heathens. These heathens, remember what they say in we say it in our prayer. I think it's in Psalms 83. Somebody get that quick where they say they are confederate against thee.
Come.
Get that quick. Get that quick. Whoever reading go ahead.
You wanted Psalms 83, right, sir?
Yeah.
Yeah, come. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 83. And what verse you wanted? Verse 3?
Yeah, whichever one say they're confederate against thee.
Khan. Verse 3. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted.
And what are they, what's the word you just said there?
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
They, not one. Not the oppressor. They have what?
Taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted.
And this will lead me into what the topic was going to be tonight. Because what was the crafty counsel? What was crafty?
Salaki, sir.
Come on.
Them putting us into slavery, and after slavery, create laws and policies to further oppress us, even if we didn't have the chains on. The implementation of the CIA and all the different things that they did in our communities, the books that they wrote, the television programs, all that stuff to subdue us into being immoral people was crafty counsel. Salakia.
Salakia,
come on.
Also that we wouldn't know who we are.
That's it. Because if you knew who you were, then you will know your way back to the Lord. You'll find your way back to the Lord. Like we learning right now. The reason why we sat down in class is because we found out that we were what? Israelites.
Right.
We found out this Bible from front to back was about our ancestors. That's the reason why you're in the class tonight. And you're trying to find your way back to serving the Lord, to having your culture. You understand? To knowing who your people are on the earth today.
Right?
Come on.
On what Joel 3 and 19 go along with the topic we're talking about right now. Well, really, this whole from Joel, the whole chapter 3, really the whole book with it. But I'm gonna start at 19. Egypt shall be a desolation, and Edom shall be a desolate wilderness for the violence against the children of Judah, because they have shed innocent blood in their land.
Yes, all that is the evil that you're reading about in Psalms, that is going to be on the wicked. Like the Lord is going to destroy this place so bad, it's going to be real bad. And the thing about it is, you know what's the nice thing about it when the Lord destroyed this place? What will be the nice thing about it?
Salakia, the tail will become the head, and you know the people at the bottom will become at the top, and people at the top will be the bottom.
That is right. But it's nice. Come on.
What was the question again, Adam one?
What would be the nice thing about it when the Lord come and destroy this place? What would be nice?
Salakia, sir. Like the Bible says, when the wicked rules, the world mourn, but when the righteous rule, the world is in joy.
That is it also too. I'll take that.
Salakia, sir.
Come on.
I'm going to offer Ezekiel 25 and 14.
No, come on, read it.
Salakia, sir. Let me get it real quick.
Right.
This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 25 and verse 14. And I will lay my vengeance upon Edom by the hand of my people Israel, and they shall do in Edom according to mine anger and according to my fury, and they shall know my vengeance, saith the Lord God.
I'll take that. You understand? What's going to be so nice about it, Akim, is that your oppressor cannot say he did not know. You understand?
Kind of uncommon.
He can't say it's Slakia, I didn't know. No. Even if you didn't know, why are you treating black people the way you're treating black people? Why are you treating us like this? You hear what Donald, 1 minute, you hear what Donald Trump say about DC, what he's going to do to DC? How he described DC?
It's a lucky, sir. He said, like, he held up these pictures. He had pictures of these criminals that they sent to him, and he held up real fast. He held up one of the pictures. It was like 4 people on the picture on his paper, and they were black and Hispanic people.
Yeah. The way he spoke, I didn't have to see the picture. You should hear the words. Somebody look it up and look for the words, not so much video. If I get video, I'll take it. But look for the words that came out of that bastard's mouth. You understand? Like, it's a clear attack on black people right now. Clear attack on us right now.
So, like I said, if I may.
Come on.
Also, he said, you know, we getting rid of the foreign-born criminals, but we also have some homegrown criminals too. And he was talking about the young kids too. He was talking about the ages that they were, you know, that they were committing crimes and stuff. You know, it was obviously he was talking about black people. It was obvious.
Like it, sir.
Come on.
I have the official address from whitehouse.gov, the presidential memoranda from today. Subject: restoring law and order in the District of Columbia. Should I read some of this?
Yeah, go ahead.
Section 1, background. As President of the United States and Commander-in-Chief of the District of Columbia National Guard, it is my solemn duty to protect law-abiding citizens from the destructive forces of criminal activity. That obligation applies with special force in our nation's capital, where, as Commander-in-Chief of the District of Columbia National Guard, I must also ensure that all citizens can avail themselves of the right to interact with their elected representatives, and that the federal government can properly function without fear of being subjected to violent, menacing street crime. You going, sir?
Yeah, okay. Look for me in there where Trump, the words come out of his mouth, if it's in there.
I believe this is him. This is his thing here. It says his name is at the bottom, Donald J. Trump.
Okay, look for in there where he started to describe the crimes.
Okay, come on.
Where he's going to get rid of the homeless. He call us scums. I forget the word. I mean, use such descriptive words.
Salakis.
You know. Come on.
I think it's he uses worse. He says we're going to take back our capital and he's get rid of the slums. Get rid of the slums.
Yeah, the scums, the homeless.
He said
the slum.
Trump also said potholes, graffiti. It's embarrassing. What else did he say? It's all on the AP. The AP poll news had a bunch of stuff he was talking about on there. He's like, they knew they destroyed it themselves with that crack. They got to go back, to start that. DC was one of the worst places where crack hit. I remember there. It's still suffering. It's that in Baltimore. It's still terrible. And he's had no hand in it.
And I mean, why he have to say he's gonna take back? What does it mean by take back? From who? Because you used to call it Chocolate City. You understand? DC was a chocolate city. Come on.
I got the homeless part.
Come on.
It says, this is from ABC 6 Action News. It says, focusing on homelessness, Trump has emphasized the removal of Washington's homeless population, though it was unclear where the thousands of people would go. And he did not give details at his news conference Monday. This is a quote from him. The homeless have to move out immediately. Trump wrote Sunday in a social media post, "We will give you places to stay, but far from the Capitol. The criminals, you don't have to move out. We're going to put you in jail where you belong."
So you see why there was billing. Remember, there was cast and die. There was trying to see who was going to build prisons around DC.
Come on.
It's a reason why. Come on.
You absolutely, what you're saying is heavy because I remember watching a program and they were exporting brothers from DC to places like they built these new prisons in Ohio, and they were sending the brothers from DC to fill the prisons in Ohio because they didn't have enough prison in the DC area. That was a couple of years ago they were doing that.
And that there is no different than a plantation. When I say different than a plantation, just think you in DC on a plantation, and some plantation owner comes and buy your daughter or your son, or you take your uncle or your mama and take him or her all the way down south. You're not going to see them again. You ain't going to traveling. You understand? These people are not, their families are not going to travel from DC all the way up to Arkansas just to visit the loved one for a day or two. And they know it. They're separating you. You understand? They're oppressing you. They're doing, you know what I mean? They're doing, you know what I mean, a type of evil on you that's going to come back on them. You understand? Come on.
I got a little bit more, and it kind of goes into some statistics and the part where he actually says like squalor and filth and stuff.
Come on.
So Trump said last week that he was considering ways for the federal government to seize control of Washington, asserting that crime was ridiculous and the city was unsafe after the recent assault of a high-profile member of the Department of Government Efficiency. Police statistics show homicides, robberies, and burglaries are down this year when compared with this time in 2024. Overall, violent crime is down 26% with this time a year ago. Here it goes. The president has criticized the district as full of tents, squalor, filth, and crime. And he seems to have been set off by the attack on Edward Korestein, among the most visible figures of the bureaucracy cutting effort known as DOGE. Police arrested two 15-year-olds in the attempted carjacking and said they were looking for others. So he's saying that the crime is worse than ever, but it's down 26% from last year.
Yeah, because he's dumb and he doesn't know math or anything. He is dumb as a doormat. You understand? What's driving him is racism. And that's what's going to destroy America.
Right.
You understand? From their conception, you understand, was racism. Right? And back to them bringing us into slavery. What the claim slavery was all about. Before I get into that, finish off your Psalms. Finish up Psalms.
Come, Cancer. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 83 and verse 5. For they have consulted together with one consent.
No, Salaki, go to the one you was asking about. Psalms 34, I think 21.
Yeah, count, Cancer. Bear with me 1 second.
All right.
We're
gonna get into it. I have some videos for you all. You're gonna like it.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 34 and verse 21. Evil shall slay the wicked, and they that hate the righteous shall be desolate. Verse 22.
They that hate the righteous shall be what?
Desolate.
You understand? Because guess what? They're gonna try to come and stop us from cleaning up these streets. They're going to try to. You understand? What you all are doing on these streets, what Commander Jerry Yohana and these men are doing on the streets, it's righteous.
Right.
It's what righteous men do.
That's right.
You understand? Righteous men see the fault, clean themselves up, and don't just stay with themselves. They go try to clean other brothers up now, clean other sisters up. Get them following this Bible. You understand? Read on.
Khan, verse 22. The Lord redeemeth the soul of his servants.
You understand? The Lord, what?
Redeemeth the soul of his servants.
Right. And this here is to put some courage in you. Because boy, it's going to get real bad in America. It is going to. You understand? You think they're going to go to war? You know what I mean? Across there, try to send your sons across to fight some war. You understand? And it'd be all gravy in this place.
Right.
You understand? What's going to happen when the bricks get online and this dollar start to fall? It's going to get real bad in America. You understand? And you better know what team you're on. And if you're on Team America, you know what I mean? As my father said, crap will smoke your pipe. You understand? You're gonna be in some, you know what I mean, you're gonna be in some real problems. Because come on.
let them know what crap will smoke your pipe mean, because they don't know. A lot of brothers don't know.
Man, you know what I mean? It just means you're fitting to be in some real danger.
There you go.
You're gonna be in some real problems. You understand? Right? Don't take this for granted. You need truth. Get your stuff right. You brothers and sisters coming in, take this serious. Because this place is falling and it's in a free fall. And the oppressor, he knows it's in a free fall and he's trying to find an enemy to make sure when it falls, guess who's going to blame for it falling?
Sir?
Come on.
Israelites.
Yes. He's going to start blaming you criminals. You understand? He's going to start blaming you hombres. You understand? He's going to start pointing the fingers at us. Because if he don't, what you think going to happen if he don't point the finger at us? What you think going to happen?
So like I say, he gonna you're gonna think that we're gonna take over. I don't know.
So like sir, if I may,
come on.
If he doesn't put the focus on the Israelites, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, the focus is going to remain on him, because every time the focus is on him, he brings up something to blame us.
Right.
He blames us for everything. Like when he was having a beef with Elon Musk, you understand? He sent ICE into LA. You understand? Yeah. And now he's having this whole Elaine, whatever her name is, Maxwell. You know, so now he needs a distraction. So now he takes over Washington, D.C., and that becomes the focus of the conversation.
That's it.
Come
on.
If I could add, I remember General Hyman said this one time too. Like,
him like this current this hell that we live in today, if they don't blame us for what goes wrong, they're going to self-implode. Like, you know, it's like they're going to really begin to turn on each other without that common enemy being us.
That's it. They're going to fight and kill each other on alive each other. They're going to do it. So I watch a video, right, of a senator trying to get his speech in, and the crowd is a bunch of white people, and they asked him, "What are you going to do about those dead babies across there in Palestine? Stop killing babies." You understand? They are going to fight each other. You understand? If we are not made the enemy. But go ahead. Who was going to say something?
Salak, if I could, sir. I was going to say that when the Palestinians first started bombing the Israelis, there was an Edomite that said Israeli said that why they're getting bombed by the Palestinians. She said the greatest threat to the Israelis was young black people in America.
I remember that. A woman. Yes.
Right.
Yes, I remember that. Yes. If you get that video, we could damn well play that video. You understand? While they're fighting across there, we threat. Why? Because of what?
So like I said,
come on.
Brotherhood.
That too, but because of your bloodline.
Okay.
Now remember what I come on.
So like I was gonna say, as far as like the people you know, of the lands that of the oppressor and everything, I was going to Jeremiah. I got a precept, Jeremiah 50 and 30. It says, therefore shall her young men fall, referring to Babylon, therefore shall her young men fall in the streets, and all her men of war shall be cut off in that day, saith the Lord.
That's it. You know, I mean, the Lord have a day for them oppressors are. You understand? He have a day for them, and he's making it. You understand? Them Russians fighting against Ukrainians. They're white people fighting white people are.
Right.
You can imagine you said, you know what? I don't want capitalism. We go into Russia. We think what would be the issue? Instead of them fighting, guess who would have been fighting? They'd have been oppressing you, me and you. Like black people, you know what I mean, we need to wake up and realize we have to stop trying to choose our oppressors. Why not try to be free? You know what I mean? Think free.
Right.
You understand? Some of us want to leave and go to Africa. And now guess what? Now the Africans become your oppressor. Some of us want to leave and go to Japan, China, thinking that we go in, you know what I mean, we go into these places where there's, you know what I mean, thinking there's no racism. Wait till your money run out, and we will see how much they love you.
Right.
You understand? We'll see how much they love you.
It's like,
You know what I mean? That's come on.
Wasn't that the Haitians that was trying to be brothers with the Africans, and the Africans straight up denounced them? It was about 7 years ago, if I'm not mistaken.
I can't remember, but I believe what you're saying.
You can't select if I may, sir.
Come on.
Yes, he's absolutely right, because the Haitian president or prime minister, he went to Africa and tried to be part of the African territories, and the Africans told him that y'all Haitians not African enough. That was the quote.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Yeah, it's like it was the African Union. They wanted to join the African Union, and they were rejected.
Right.
Yeah. Yep. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? And nothing clicking your head. Nothing clicking his head, right? And that's, come on.
And I had seen, I was watching a video, and it was an African interviewing a younger black guy, and they were just basically talking, and then he was saying, you know, how they are different, even the Africans said they're different. He was like, so if we come visit America and we see the oppression that's going on to us and we don't like it, we could just go back to Africa. But for y'all, if you have to deal with it, basically saying we have to deal with it in some form or fashion. And
that's it.
Yeah,
yeah, you're right. And that's how they look at it. They come across here and see you, being oppressed. They're not taking that. They're going right back to Africa. You understand? But you can't go back there. Those rich celebrities that go to Africa, they accept them because of money. You understand? Because of the wealth. Because they go to Africa and now they go build schools. They go build, take care of the infrastructure. They go do things for Africans. But let that money run out. And let's see what them Africans gonna be doing. You understand? They're gonna be a pot boiling. You understand? I don't have to tell it the rest. You know what I mean? You know how
So
Africans are. Come on.
That's why them slave quarters. That's why the names of those slave quarters was the door of no return. They knew we wasn't coming back across that water.
Yeah.
Damn right.
Yeah, but the Lord coming back across that water for the tail though. But now let's get into it, right? Taboni, you had the video, right?
Come.
The 2 artists for the breakdown.
I remember. You have the clip, right? The clip 1.
Come.
Right. So play clip 1 first, right? Now, slavery, right? What was slavery about? What did your oppressor say slavery was about?
Salaki, sir.
Come on.
Of course, it's about economics, but it was what they call manifest destiny in economics.
Right. Yes, it was about economics, but with the economics, it was a part to do what? To destroy you, to take your name. You understand? With the economics, right? They raise who you were, you understand, because of economics. But now because of the economic and all the money they was making, all the wealth they was making, they saw that what? That land that is yours is the most sought after land on the face of the earth. More sought after land on the face of the earth. You can imagine Saudi Arabia, majority of Saudi Arabia, if not all of Saudi Arabia, is your land. You understand? Part of Iran. I think part of Egypt also too is your land. Iraq is your land.
Salaki, sir.
Come on.
I got a precept.
Come on.
This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 36, verse 5. Therefore, thus saith the Lord God, surely in the fire of my jealousy I have spoken against the residue of the heathen and against all Idumea, which have appointed my land into their possession with the joy of all their heart and despiteful minds to cast it out for prey.
That's it. For a prey, you understand? They cast us out for a prey. You understand? They took the land, got wealthy on it, and got wealthy what? Selling us into slavery and showing all the boats that brought us here across here into slavery. You understand? Nobody wants to take the blame for slavery. And that's why when it comes to reparation, Black people are so dumb. It's ridiculous. Like you're going to hold the oppressor of this land for reparations. So what about the Africans that sold here? What about the so-called Jewish man that insure the boats? What about all them other nations? You're not going to try to get money from them too? You understand? That's why, you know what I mean, the whole thought of reparations is just you know what I mean, something to be laughed at.
Salaki, it victimizes ourselves, like just giving us having the mindset that we need reparations from these different individuals is like it just puts us in a weak outlook of things, like, you know, a victim.
Yes. And when they do give you the money, who faces on the money? It's going right back to the oppressor.
Come.
You understand? And with reparations now, let me see. What I don't hear is everybody going to get the equal share of the money. You know, the Negroes is. Oh, he get more than me. Oh, we had to go to court. Your Honor, why did his family get more money than me? It's going to be a mess. Why not pray to the Lord so that he could give you everything back? You understand? Pray to the Lord so that you can get your land back, your name back, your reputation back on this earth. Them nations had feared us when we came out of captivity. Feared us. Look about them Egyptians. Oh, they feared us. And now look at us today. Look at us today. Right? Tabo, when you have it.
Come on, sir.
You could play it.
Ladies and gentlemen, my DNA. Now, I bet you thought it was going to be a lot crazier than that, right? Now, you might ask yourself, why is it illegal to obtain this in the state of Israel? Because it proves through your DNA that Jews around the world have no ancestral ties to the land of Israel. Because it proves through your DNA that Jews around the world have no ancestral ties.
Skip scripture a little bit to the other dude.
It's like, so I try to just upload it to the StreamYard, but with that I can't control it as easily, so I got to show it on the
then just like play through that.
No, I got it, sir.
Okay.
I put the home joint so I can play it right here and I can control it.
Okay.
Okay.
No volume. You're playing it?
Constable, you can't hear it, sir? No volume?
Yeah, no volume. I think it says how to add to the stage. I'm out.
Oh,
go ahead.
I see. Okay.
Let him play.
Gotcha.
Israel since the times of biblical Joshua.
Who is we? No, really, who is we? You live in Israel, so I don't expect you to be able to provide genetic or ancestral receipts for your claims about us Jews, because those kinds of receipts are illegal in Israel without a court order and other special permissions. The Jerusalem Post explains such a thing cannot exist as kits sold directly to the public, going on to say that they have possible effects on subjects and their families. Furthermore, the national implications of these tests could hold or affect, nice grammar, Jerusalem Post, could hold or affect with Israel being a government-recognized Jewish state. Don't you just love when they say the quiet parts out loud? But since they won't let you get receipts for us Jews, I brought my own. Wow. So I, an Ashkenazi, have no genetic or ancestral ties to the region of historic Palestine. I, an Ashkenazi, have no genetic or ancestral ties to the region of historic Palestine. And yet
so
Israel still...
You can stop it there. I think you'll get the idea. Right? Give me Thessalonians. Right? Thessalonians, I think is either 1 and 3 or 1 and 2, where it speaks about the wicked has to be revealed. And that's what's going on the earth right now. They're being revealed. You understand? You want to stop the war in Palestine? Then Palestinians have to come out and say, we are not the real Jews. They are not the real Jews. This land belongs to those Negroes across there in America. They're going to have to come and say it.
Come on.
They're going to have to say, oh, guess what? You mean, start booking your plane ticket out of Palestine, out of the Gaza. Start booking your plane ticket quick. Because if you ain't going to say it,
lock you.
Why you think the Lord going to be with you? That is not your land. Come on.
Lucky, I don't know if y'all remember that. I think it was a president in Egypt when he said the Jews, the real Jews, left black and came back white.
Yes, yes, I remember that. Some Nasser, the Egyptian president, I think the assassinated him. Yeah. Yeah.
So like I said, his name was Jabal Nasser.
Yeah.
He said that on live TV in 1952.
Yep. Yep. You know what I mean? And they like to lay claim also too, the so-called Ethiopians, because of that Queen of Sheba having Menelik, when all of that was made up story, right? If you get the book, I think K one tell me, I think it's the Kebra Nagbras or I forget the name of the book.
It's called Nagast, the Kebra Nagast.
Yes, that's the book that's full of lies. That's the book where they have the narrative on how the lineage from King David to the Ethiopians. You understand? When if the Queen of Sheba had, you know what I mean, sex with David, she wasn't going nowhere. That's not our culture.
Most High Christ, sir.
You understand? She wasn't going nowhere. You know what I mean? It's just like, you know what I mean, like diplomats when they go visit other countries. Do they just go, you know what I mean, get pregnant and then leave and go back to the country? Who knows? They could do it, but wasn't our culture. That's not our culture. All right. Now, who has the precept actual in Thessalonians? Anybody have it as it? Thessalonians, I think it's either 1 and 2. Let me see.
Slug, sir.
Come on.
I got it. You said First Thessalonians 1 and 2.
I don't think it's 2. It's where somebody gets it from me. Where it says where the wicked has to be revealed. All right. While finding that, give me the love of money. What does the Bible say about the love of money? All right.
Slug, sir. I got it.
Come on.
Said 2 and 3, sir. Come. This is a book of 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 3. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first.
That's it. That day shall not come except there come a what?
A falling away.
What falling away? What has to
So
fall
like
away
sir,
first? Come on.
his wickedness.
You gotta give him a little more.
Okay, so like his character, his behavior, the history of the things that he's done.
Something have to fall away, right? For him to be revealed. What has to fall away?
Salaki.
Come on.
The lies of them being
That's
the
it.
real Jews.
That's it. Just the lies.
Most
They
High
lie
Christ.
on the entire Bible. And the most offensive lie is them being the real Jews.
That's right.
You understand? That lie has to what? Fall away. Those lies have to fall away. Right? Read on.
Come. And that the man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition.
The what?
The son of perdition.
Right. So remember, Christ is the son of what?
Of God, sir.
He's the son of God, but he's the what? That star, that bright morning, that star. Right? But now you have no, you're right. I'll take son of God. Why? Because this saying he is the son of what?
Of perdition, sir.
Son of perdition. And who is the son of perdition? Brother, I listened to an interview with Mike Huckabee on Piers Morgan. Brother, these people are evil and wicked. They are wicked beyond everything. If Christ come back and they're able to fight, they're gonna tell their people, yo, we give these black people millions of dollars. We give them TANF, we give them WIC, we give them the EBT, we give them a lot of money. We gave them. What did they do with it? They went and buy Jordans. They went and buy Hellcats. They went and spent it on all nice things. What you want us to do? They're going to be what? They're going to try to be what? Blameless for the situation black people are in today. That's how they are. These people are evil. They create the condition and then pretend like, you know what? You wake up one morning and you decide to be a criminal. You decide to go sell drugs. You understand? You decide to go and stand up in a line to go buy a pair of Jordans. When they created a system, you understand? They destroyed us to the point where these people don't even know their name, but they know what Jordan is. They can give you the whole history on Jordan. But you go ask these brothers who know about this Jordan, what's your nationality? They're going to be asking you, when is the new pair of Jordans coming out? You understand? Right? Read on.
Come on. Verse 4. Who opposeth and exalt himself above all that is called God.
He does what?
Exalt himself above all that is called God.
Now, right? Okay. What rules do we go by in this school? What laws do we go by in this school?
Slug, sir.
I shouldn't say rules, but laws.
The Most High, sir.
The Most High, right? We don't just create a law and then, you know what I mean? No, you know what I mean? It means everything now. No. Right? But of course, this organization have rules. But they are laws that the Lord creates, right? That we have to follow. Well, guess what? The oppressor, who created all the rules on the earth for people to follow? He did. And he follows what? None of it. None of his rules. He follows. He breaks what he wants to break. He follows what he wants to follow once it suits him. Come on.
Slug, sir, I had a precept.
Come on.
So, Psalms 94. Slug, sir. Trying to get there.
All right. He wants you to follow all the laws he have. All the laws. He's not following nothing. Come on.
I was about to say real quick. It's like he wants us to follow all these laws and everything, and he enforces them upon us, but doesn't enforce them amongst himself. And if we see something that isn't fit for us to follow, he expects us to go through his system to change these rules so that way it can help our people. But going through his system to enforce the rules amongst ourselves will only give them the power over us in these rules that are, created for us. So it's like if we want to change anything, he wants us to go through him to change it.
Yes. And then when he recognizes you know what you're talking about, guess what he does? Change the rules on you. Change it on you. All of a sudden he changes on you. I was looking at this brother. He was young. He committed a crime in Texas. I forget his name, right? But he got executed in Texas, right? He was 21 years old when he committed the crime. He was high, drunk at the same time too. Went into a store, unalive a East Indian man, right? Went to jail, confessed to doing the crime. Came for his time when I believe for probation or I forget the legal terminology to use, right? For him to try and get some clemency. You know what I mean? Meaning not to get what? The death penalty, just to get life in prison. They shut him down. But did you know that they brought up a case where a white man unalive his whole family and they gave him clemency? Unalive his whole family, yeah.
It's like it, sir.
And he got life in prison. Come on.
Is the oppressor that you're talking about is like he went home and like he killed his wife and his 2 children?
No, this is you know what I mean, way back. This could be in the 90s or something.
Concert. Well, it was one. I mean, it was years ago, but he the oppressor. I believe he got mad. He just went home and just unalived his children and the mother. I believe he got like 6 months, on like probation or something like that.
No, this one I'm talking about. He was on death row also too. Because Texas, they don't play when it comes to the death penalty. You use some capital punishment, you going on death row, and there's a, you know what I mean, you on like time. You understand? And this white man, he was on time, and they got a hearing for him, and he got off. When I say got off, meaning he was able to get life in prison. This brother, they didn't give him life in prison. They executed him. You understand?
I did have that precept, sir. Shalaka.
Come on.
It's the book of Psalms, chapter 94, verse 20. Shall the throne of iniquity have fellowship with thee, with the Slakia, which frameth mischief by a law?
Yeah. And that's your oppressor. You understand? He gonna create laws to do what? To oppress you. I mean, to put you down. So now you can't feed homeless people in your city. You can't clothe them. You can't do nothing with them. You understand? Right? You
So
can't.
like,
You know what I mean? Come on.
So like even when you know, down in Florida, you know, when they have the prisons and they're starting to do the alligator the moat, you know, put the alligator moat around the prisons and stuff, they're starting to change and do things like that, you know, that
Yeah, just like the laws, they went and Donald Trump went and dig up laws that was back in the time they were like when America was just starting up, basically. And he went and got laws to do what? To kick the Hispanics out of the country. You understand? I forget some alien law he went and dig up. And that's when he started kicking the Hispanics out of the country. It's you know what I mean, that this whole what you call it, this whole ICE, you know what I mean, laws that they created, now he is doing what? Using it on our people to oppress them. And the law gonna deal with them on it. Now go back to Thessalonians for me. Yeah.
I'm also holding 1 Timothy 6 and 10 for the love of money.
Yeah, hold that right there.
Come.
Go ahead. This is the book of 2 Thessalonians, chapter 2, verse 3. Well, verse 4, sir. Salakia. Who opposeth and exalt himself above all that is called God, or that is worshipped, so that he as God sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God.
Yeah. And that's black people. Black people today, you tell them there's going to be a heaven without Esau, without the white man, they don't want that heaven now. This is like, that's not my Jesus. That's not my God. So you're going to be in heaven. The white man, he going to be in hell. He'll be like, no, not my God. You understand?
So like, sir.
Because he done put himself up as what? As God to black people. Come on.
If I could, sir. Not I believe it was Sunday. A brother had stopped by the school while we I was in here straight making, beautifying the school, and he heard the music playing. It was me and Hawan, and the brother he had came in, he rung the bell. We went outside and talked to him, and him and Hawan was having a conversation. Basically, he believed that the oppressor can be saved, and I mean, he knows he's an Israelite, but I overheard the conversation of him saying, yeah, I believe everybody can be saved. So I just wanted him to like prove his case of how he felt about it, and he just pulled John 3:16, and I'm like, okay, well, that's not what the Bible is talking about. I mean, we talking about a world that you got to be specific which world is being talked about here. So I mean, I just gave him a precept, I believe. It was Luke 1:68, where it talks about the redemption of Israel, like how Christ is the redemption for his people. And then he basically it says enemies, say for salvation from our enemies. I wanted him to break it down for me, like what does that mean? Like then he says the ones that's oppressing us. So I'm like, okay, so that means your Chinese, your East Indians, Slovakia, Caucasians. He was like, yeah, you're right. I'm like, I mean, what are we talking about here? If you saying that we're gonna be saved from our enemies, this is an enemy, and you're telling me you want to be saved with your enemies?
Yeah,
I don't understand, sir.
Yeah, I mean, you understand it, trust me.
Yeah,
you understand it. You know what I mean?
It's not even up to us for us to save them. It's not up to us to save them. They'd have to save themselves if they even had a chance. It's not up to us.
No, young man.
There's not to save the oppressor.
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm
saying.
saying. Yeah.
Okay, good. Yeah. Say that. You know what I mean? You're correct. You know what I mean? As the Bible say, what? Though hand join in hand, the wicked shall not go what? Unpunished. All right. Now, finish off. I think that was it with Timothy. With not Timothy, but Thessalonians. Give me Timothy.
Another one, Khan. This is the book of 1 Timothy, chapter 6 and verse 10. For the love of money is the root of all evil, which while some covet after.
Right. For the love of money is the what?
Root of all evil.
Is the root of all evil. You understand? And what they did to us in slavery, it was what? Evil. You understand? And evil is going to slay them. You understand?
And so, like I said,
come on,
if I may, and that's heavy because like you were bringing out all class and the brothers, with the advent of slavery, it was like Yanaza was saying earlier, is based off of economics, is for money. The slave ships were insured, the slaves were insured. When they got over to the Americas, they were sold on auction blocks for money. Everything is about money for this oppressor. Salakia.
Yes. Read verse 9.
Another one time. This is the book of 1 Timothy, chapter 6 and verse 9. But they that will be rich fall into temptation and a snare. Salakia.
That's why the entire Congress, or the majority of Congress, they're what? They in the back pocket of another nation.
Right.
Another country, I should say. Right? Because they want to be what? Rich. When it comes to the Oppressor Act, money, I mean, I don't want to explain money to you when it comes to the white man. I'm not explain that to you. You know how they get when it comes to money. If they think they're going to live like us, they commit suicide act, especially rich businessmen. They lose all their wealth. Come on.
like 90% of the Congress and the Senate are honorary members of the Israeli Knesset.
Yes. Yes. And that's because, read it one more time.
Cannot one can. But they that will be rich fall into temptation and a snare,
And
into
and that goes to your preachers and them also
Oh,
too. To your
okay.
black leaders and them also too. Because they love money. So guess what? Remember when I think what Jesse Jackson was running to be president, right? What happened? He was going on what?
So like I said,
Come on.
abortion.
Abortion. And then before he even get all the way into it, he started to do what? He changed. He changed up. You understand? Because of what? Money. You understand?
Okay.
You want to know why Cory Booker and Hakeem Jeffries don't talk about the problems in the black community? Don't want to give the black community solutions? Because they're getting money from AIPAC. So guess who problems they are more worried about? They're worried about the Israelis' problems, not your problem. You understand? And then it goes to a preacher. He's not worrying about you what? Getting the truth in this Bible. He worried about getting his G5 jet. He worried about that money, that mansion, them nice cars, the suits. Right? Come on.
So I know you just mentioned AIPAC, and I was just reading something about it in as far as like the lobbying groups, and it would that be a part of the reason too how they will go to war, how the oppressor will go to war with each other, because you have some of them who are in alignment with the American national type of interest, and then you have those who are in alignment with the Israeli interest, and then would that be also a conflict of interest for them as well?
Just think this when it comes to the oppressor, money. You want to know why in America? Why do you think they don't have a king in America? Why you think this? Remember, there was protesting Donald Trump saying we have no what?
No king.
We have no king. If it's one thing with the white man, don't play with his money.
So like I said,
come on.
If I may, Baba Gasha, can I read the whole verse 9?
Yeah.
Come. This is the book of 1 Timothy chapter 6 and verse 9. But they that will be rich fall into temptation and a snare, and into many foolish and hurtful lusts, which down men in destruction and perdition.
That's it. Like, they don't understand loving money is they digging their own hole. You understand? And they're not coming out of it because it's leading to what? Destruction and perdition. You understand? Now you're gonna have to stand with men who are committing genocide. When the same men commit genocide on your people.
Yep. So like I said,
you understand? Come on.
If I may, like in Harlem right now, there's an outbreak of Legionnaire's disease.
Wow.
And I've been keeping up with it, and like none of the politicians, Jeffries or none of them, even Al Sharpton or none of them is addressing it. Like 5 people have died, like 58 people have been hospitalized, and none of these they're not saying nothing.
But if you ask them about Israel has a right to defend themselves.
Kind of one cut.
I mean, Hamas is the most destructive and dangerous and terrorist on the face of the. Okay,
and so like I said, if I may, also on top of what Yanazar is saying, I just want to add to it. That bacteria is normally found in like lakes and stuff like that, but it's coming through the tap water now, and people contracting that sickness. And these politicians ain't saying nothing about it. Also, there's an uprise in the AIDS epidemic in New York and I'm California, in North Carolina.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And Salaka, sir.
Damn, Aya, you going there? Hello?
Also, sir, if I may,
Come
sir.
on. Uh-huh.
Like the people in Harlem is just trying to. They won't even tell them the location of where the disease is coming from. Like they
That's
won't
great.
even tell them like which buildings. You know, like it's crazy. You understand?
Yeah.
And so it's crazy.
It-
Like they won't even. You understand? It was one old lady, Slack, so real quick. It was one old lady, like she lived in a building that didn't even have air conditioning. So they were wondering how did she contract it? You know, because it's usually
Yeah.
coming through the vents through droplets of water and stuff like that. And so they don't give a damn. You know, the scripture says that their leaders don't even care about them. You know, what's
That's
that
it.
scripture? It says that their priests or whatever they call them don't even care about them.
Yeah. And now black people, and that's why in Thessalonians they say they're going to be revealed. All the talk about they care about black people, they love black people, this, that, and the other. Let's see how much they love black people. I mean, and black people, you're going to see that we're going to have to start loving each other more than these other nations. You understand? We got to love each other more than we love Palestinians. We got to love each other more than we love the white man, especially. Tab one, play that second clip before we come up on the time.
Come on, Carson.
Jews in the world today. 80 to 85% of them are what is known as Ashkenazi Jews. And an Ashkenazi Jew is so named because he primarily descends from this guy in the Bible named Ashkenaz, which is clearly listed as one of the Gentile nations. Now, the reason for this is that there was a nation of people who were Europeans, white people, known as the Khazars. And in the 8th century after Christ, the whole nation of the Khazars turned unto Judaism. They converted to the religion of Judaism. Of course, it was a false Christ-rejecting religion. And for a few hundred years, the empire of the Khazars was a power in Eastern Europe. They followed the religion of Judaism. But eventually they were defeated by the Russians and they were scattered into Eastern Europe. And so a lot of the Eastern European Jews today are the descendants of the Khazars.
No, pause it there. Pause it there quick. Now, here what you say, right? They were defeated by who? By the Russians. You understand? Now, these wars are popping up. These people have been fighting for a long time. Just today, they're fighting under the name Ukraine. You understand? But those people in the land in Ukraine, they're Khazars or descendants, you understand, of those people. Right? That's why we say what? That Yiddish is what? Russian, I think Germany, Poland, right? All them what I say, Eastern European countries, right? That's why what's his name? Netanyahu changed his name. His name was some Milosevic or something like that. That's why all of the heads of state changed their names. You understand? Because they're from Europe, they're Europeans, they are not us. And what black people is going to realize, you understand? Not just black people, mostly you Palestinians, you understand? Or most of you white people who love the Palestinians, you all are going to have to come out and say it, that black people in America are the real Jews, that the brothers in the Caribbean are the real Jews. You understand? The Hispanics, they are the real Jews. The Haitians are the real Jews. You understand? These people on the land right now, they are Khazarians, Ashkenaz. You understand? They are not God-chosen people. And it's coming out more and more on the internet. And the more and more it come out, the more and more the oppressor is going to try to oppress us. The more and more black people start coming to this truth, the more and more he's going to try to oppress us. And black man, Hispanics, and Native Indian, you better get ready. You understand? Get ready. You understand? Because he ain't, you know what I mean? The Bible says he don't carry what? The sword in vain. Better get ready. All right.
So like
give me come on.
Could I give you one precept real quick?
Come on.
And then it said this is the book of Exodus, chapter 17 and verse 16. For he said, because the Lord hath sworn that the Lord will have war with Amalek from generation to generation.
That's it. Like Amalek think the Ashkenaz, the Khazarians and them think the Lord forget. You understand? They
So like I
are
said-
what you call a fugitive. They're running from judgment. Go ahead.
My lord, if I may, what you were saying just now and what Yanza just brought out is epic, because there's a book that I'm reading right now. I had it for a minute, but I didn't really go all the way through it. I read a couple of chapters. It's called The 13th Tribe by Arthur Kessler. I think every brother should get that book and read that book. It's going to break down to you where Edomites came from the mouth of a white man himself, you know what I'm saying, who wrote that book, and the atrocities that they have done throughout generations from the beginning of time up until now. So
that's right. You're correct. You are correct. 100% correct, God. You understand? Give me the his birthright. Right? And just remember this. This is who you're playing with. Give me where he sold his birthright. Right? Which shows you he is about money. You know what I mean? And if it means stealing your name, stealing your land, he is going to do it.
I got the precept, sir.
Go ahead.
Tawal Khan. This is the book of Genesis chapter 25 and verse 29. And Jacob, Salakia. Let me just go up a little bit. Verse 27. And the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter and a man of the field, and Jacob was a plain man dwelling in tents. Verse 28. And Isaac loved Esau because he did eat of his venison, but Rebekah loved Jacob. Verse 29. And Jacob sought pottage, and Esau came from the field, and he was faint. Verse 30. And Esau said to Jacob, feed me, I pray thee, with that some red pottage, for I am faint. Therefore was his name called Edom. Verse 31. And Jacob said, sell me this day thy birthright.
Right? They was making a business deal. Sell me your birthright, you bastard. Come on. Read on.
Khan. Verse 32. And Esau said, behold, I am at the point to die.
I'm at the point to what?
I'm at the point to die.
You remember that about your oppressor. He does not know what suffering is all about.
Right.
He does not. You understand? Not like you. You will suffer, and you will still try to do the right things to get out of your oppression. You understand? Like if he was to leave black people alone, we'll try to do the right things to get out of our oppression. You don't think these black drug dealers, the Hispanic drug dealers, you don't think they know that what they're doing is wrong? You talk to them, they know what they're doing is wrong. But this is the economy the oppressor put on us. You understand? He gave his people the land, all the land, make them put corn on the stock market. You understand? Put wheat put whatever they wanted on the stock market and gave you nothing.
Right.
But a open prison. And now you're just hustling to make ends meet. This bastard is rich beyond belief. That he could set us up in certain states and just leave us alone. You understand? Just leave us alone. Right? But he won't do it. Read on.
Samuel Khan. And this is the book of Genesis, chapter 25 and 32 in the middle. I am at the point to die, and what profit shall this birthright do to me?
Mm-hmm. What?
And what profit?
What did he say?
And what profit shall this birthright do to me?
Now, who gives you the birthright? Who gives you a birthright? Where did birthright come from?
So, like I said,
come on.
The Most High.
Yes, that's our culture. The Most High. This bastard is saying, what profit is this going to do for me? He meaning what? Right now. What profit is it going to profit me right now? He's so hungry. Right, read on.
Another one, verse 33. And Jacob said, swear to me this day, and be swear unto him. He swear unto him, and he sold his birthright unto Jacob.
And this is a good lesson for black people who think when the white man give you his word, he means it. Whatever word he give you at the moment, it suits him. You understand? You turn your back and walk out. He doesn't, somehow he has amnesia. You understand? That's why today you have to get things in what? In writing when you're dealing with Esau. You get something in email when they're dealing with Esau. Why? Because he's going to lie. He is going to lie and say, no, I did not say that. And he's so brazen with it. He's so brazen is he with it now. He created the rules for the UN on paper. And guess what? He follows none of it.
Right.
None. And this here is a story to show you that Esau is all these Caucasians, every last one of them. You understand? Like people might look at Putin and say, well, he had no choice. Yeah, he had a choice. They had rules of engagement, and he broke the rules of engagement like every white man.
And so, like I say, if I may,
him. Come on.
I got a precept to support, you know what I mean, what you're saying. When he makes rules, he don't follow it. He does deals and he don't see it through, like with the Native Americans, over 300 or 150 treaties that he signed with them, and he didn't honor none of them. This is the book of Daniel, chapter 8 and 25. And it says, and through his policy also he shall cause craft to prosper in his hands, and he shall magnify himself in his heart, and by peace shall destroy many.
Yeah, and that's it. You understand? Right? You all have any questions? I know up on the time. Anybody paying attention to the radio show? All right. Any questions before I let you all out? If not, I'm gonna pass the class over to priest and officer. Who taking it? Fayetteville, who in Fayetteville?
Officer Bankayal.
I'll pass the class over to priest and officer Bankayal.
Individual Amajim, going to render one courtesy salute to Captain Thought. Individual Amajim Shabbat, Amajim, Barak, Yahweh
Shimi Shai Brakata.
Yahweh Shimi Shai Brakathum.
Yadamatar Sar, turn to face the sisters Amajim, which means to stand. Individual, we're going to render one courtesy salute to our sisters. Amajim Shabbat, Amajim, Barak,
Yahweh Shema.
Yahweh Shema Latan Bashim Yahweh Shai.
Got him a tie. Shah means to be seated. ISUPK security announcements. We are the ISUPK, started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes to the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment, the book of Numbers, chapter 18, verse 21, the book of Malachi, chapter 3, verses 8 through 10. It means 10th in the Hebrew. It's pronounced ma'ashara. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to treasury department or teacher. The priest funds a free will offering for priests, not mandatory, whatsoever amount you would like. The upcoming holy convocations. We have the memorial blowing of trumpets, the first day of the 7th month, which will be Sunday, September 21st of this year, according to the book of Leviticus, 23rd chapter, verses 24 to 25. We also have the Harlem Cookout, August 31st, man. ISUPK HQ GoFundMe on Facebook, man. Hit the GoFundMe on Facebook from August 28th through the 31st. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black, boot, shirt, pants, headband, and scarf, and with that, class is dismissed.
Yeah. I one West. We taking over. Ha. Yo, Nayata.
Yo, Gucci.
Strap to the bone, chat to me chrome. Fire one in a them head, chat to the dome. Them boy they know bad, that a way me know. Only bad when the man friend pop pill alone. Tall rifle a roll under me clothes. One West a run road that a fi be known. Brown in bad bitch, not silicone. Rich badness, fat belly phone. Them boy they not ready for the gun life. Give them a pitchfork and a grum knife. Press the chip clock on the front line. If the road dark, he become bright. Me dog them a killer when a sunlight. We was a transform when it turn night. Chris Kalish cuff we black and white. With the red light on the front eye. Toppy show. Tap about things where you nothing know. Toppy show. Tell taking a me and that a no fi show. Rifle bind them big like puppy toe. A tall rifle a mad to be go fi four. Toppy show. But he boy stop chat when the fuck you know. Thing them ram up in a skin them time you get lead poison in an infection. Make your dopey rise quicker than inflation. And the eye cast a living in dead from the inception. That's how the thing then turn. Start off slow, now the thing get strong. A one West and it never take long. Now we are do the road mad injection. Toppy show. Tap about things where you know fi know. Toppy show. Kel taking a me and that a no fi show. Rifle bind them big like puppy toe. A tall rifle a mad to be go fi four. Toppy show. But he boy stop chat where the fuck you know. Them boy they not ready for the gun life. Give them a pitchfork and a grum knife. Press the chip clock on the front line. If the road dark, he become bright. Me dog them a killer when a sunlight. We was a transform when it turn night. Chris Kalish cuff we black and white. Make the rain fall and the room dry.